It's incredible, right? It is incredible how quickly people like just completely forget what everything that's going on. Right, it's really, I mean, all you got to do is show them pictures of a kid covered in dust and like, oh no, see some of humanity. I mean, for goodness sake, what do you think war looks like, baby? I mean, it's just not warm and fluffy. Although, then I also want to talk about the Republican debate last night, which I had zero interest in watching. Like, less as it could not care less, right? And then I woke up this morning and saw something like Vivek Ramaswamy just destroying it. And then by the afternoon, the papers came out and they just like say, oh no, he did very badly. Really? Oh, man, this is why legacy media is worthless, you know? And I got a good friend of mine, right? A good friend of mine who I like a lot, really good, decent person. Right? Don't say that about many people. He's a really genuinely good, decent person who is just so disconnected from the reality of what modern politics is, right? Still thinks they're living in the 80s in terms of like I don't know what to tell you. How many times do the Republicans need to get their asses handed to them before they realize they're wrong? So they got this like bizarre fantasy that goes, oh no, Donald Trump putting us down. You moron schmucks. No, Donald Trump's the best asset you bloody got. People liked it when they had money and like world peace and not rampant crime and like, you know, not out of control anti-Semitism banging on their streets. It's not like literally having anti-Semitic rallies on your freaking street. And speaking of which, oh man, I just so hope. I know this is bad for me. I like you know, any normal sane person will go, of course, I hope there's no violence at all on the Armistice Day Memorial Day. I hope there's no violence at all from the Muslim community. No, cocksucker! I hope it's happening. Right? Oh yes. Oh man, will that work out good for me? I mean, bad for you, obviously, in England, but and terrible for the poor soldiers who gave their lives so this travesty could happen. But good for me. Okay, I treat life like it's Survivor sometimes. You just got to do what's good for you, baby. And I'm not even doing it. I'm just hoping it's going to happen. Okay, I feel better now. I'm not doing it. I'm just hoping it's going to happen. And it's going to happen. Oh, my God, is it going to happen? Meanwhile, Douglas Murray is like being the poshest and most Englishman defending Israel so staunchly. Did we grab that bit from... it was on Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan, God bless him. I think he's done excellent work, right? I really think he's doing excellent journalism, even though I disagree with him so fundamentally on some issues, right? I think he's doing like very... I don't want to do that. Is it a 30-minute clip? I don't want to do a full 30-minute bloody video. You out your mind? I thought there was a quicker one. It's there somewhere. Fine, we'll just... No, that's not the one. Is that... Oh, no, this is the one. Fine. Was it Douglas Murray, right? Douglas Murray. Man. Yeah, again, he makes a brigadier look foreign. This guy is so freaking British. And so deeply on Israel's side, which I guess you should be. Again, he states that case very well. But yeah, look, it just seems like there's going to be no respect, and it's going to be absolutely kick off by the Armistice, which is terrible, right? I mean, it's absolutely terrible. But again, good for me. But we're going to skip through this because it's too bloody long, right?
Douglas Murray, who's on the Gaza border. Douglas, let me ask you first of all, why have you felt the need to go there?
Well, I've covered every Israeli conflict since the 2006 Lebanon war. I've covered...
I don't know. I know nothing about 2006 Lebanon war.
lots of other conflicts as well. And this one is obviously an incredibly important conflict. It's one that is going to be crucial, not just for Israel, but for the region. And I like to see these things firsthand, as you know, Piers.
I do. And I've read your stuff for many years about these kind of conflicts. Let me ask you.
The thing I like about Piers Morgan, again, he has people I vehemently disagree with, and he has points of view that I vehemently disagree with. But I think as an independent observer, right, without skin in the game, he's like, well, this guy says this guy says this. It seems very, very fair. This seems like the best journalism I've seen about the whole situation. But I want to skip forward a little bit.
What's your feeling on the ground there? I know you've been with some of the IDF. What is your feeling about the motivation for this war from the Israelis?
Well, I think he also saw the footage as well. Man. Have you seen pictures of the people when they see that footage? See if I can find any of that. Well, let me talk for a minute while
Side. Is it revenge? Is it something different? What are you picking up?
It's super not revenge.
Well, it's not revenge. I mean, I think the most obvious thing is...
Thank you there, Douglas.
Spent part of today at the kibbutz of near Oz. This is a kibbutz right down the road from here by the Gaza border, where there are about 400 residents. 80 of them were kidnapped on the 7th of October, and another 30 to 40 were murdered. And I went through the remains of their houses, saw all the blood-spattered walls, and went through the charred remains of that village, that community. That was just one of the massacre sites. I went earlier past the massacre site of what you'll remember was the music festival.
Right, so they're taking him around. Let's see if I think he whizzes forward, like he pushes back on Piers, which I like.
How easy or difficult a job that is another question, but it's something that is going on as we speak.
But in terms of the moral quandary which I've been feeling, and it's not about Israel wanting to eliminate Hamas. I completely agree with that
this is worth listening to.
Statement. And certainly there's no chance of any peace when you have a terror group in charge of Gaza in the way that they've now completely established themselves to be, with no limits and just a desire to eradicate Israel and as many Jewish people as they can kill. So let's park that to one side. I concur with the mission statement. But it is incredibly difficult, just on a human level, to see, because we know the civilian population in Gaza is half children, to see the sheer numbers of kids who are being killed by the Israeli onslaught that's come back against Hamas. What do you feel about that on a human level? What should we all be feeling about that?
The first thing is, should those deaths really be attributed to the Israeli side? We saw the other day, the BBC and other media reported that the people who were lying dead on the street on one of the main routes through Gaza was alleged to be a massacre carried out by Israelis. It turned out it wasn't the case at all. It was Hamas massacring Palestinians fleeing south, as the Israelis had recommended.
Wait. You're telling me the BBC lied about Israel? Really? That happens, does it? Wow, okay.
And did they do? So the question, in a way that you ask, I would say there's an answer to, which is who exactly is responsible for these deaths? If you do, as Hamas does, decide to build bunkers and put rockets on them and then put hospitals on top of them, who exactly is responsible for that? Is it the Israelis and their response, or is it Hamas for doing that?
I don't think he's asking a question. I think he's making a point.
You do decide, as Hamas has done, to use all of these billions of dollars of international aid to build tunnels where you can hide, among other things, the kidnapped Israelis. Who's responsible for the strikes that happen as a result and any civilian deaths? Is it the Israelis or is it Hamas, who has been holding the Palestinian peoples of the Gaza hostage for the last 15 years and more? Again, I repeat this point. You know, a lot of what has been said about this seems to suggest that Hamas has no responsibility for this. You know, if you went into your neighbor's house, ransacked it, raped your neighbors, killed some of them, took others into captivity, and then somebody said, that's not on, I'm going to do something in retaliation to that,
Again, it is the most Englishman ever.
You would bear the cost of that. You'd bear the price for that. The Israelis have the right to respond to such an atrocity. And I'm rather surprised, or at least I'm not surprised in a way. I'm disappointed as ever by the number of commentators in the UK and elsewhere who always use times like this to say things like, we've got to. This is a time for judicious voices. This is a time for calm and much more. I do always wonder if those people would say the same or feel the same if it was a bit closer to their own home. If it wasn't a kibbutz down the road, like the one I was in earlier that had been attacked, but a village after village in the south of England, I don't think we'd be hearing those same.
Could you imagine? Honestly, could you imagine if they did that in the villages in the south there? Holy crap! What would their response be? I mean, keep in mind that the British military, their acceptable civilian casualties is, I think, for every 4 deaths, one of them is a enemy combatant. That means every 4 people that get killed, 3 of them are civilians. Some of them little children. Incredible. Where Israel, it's 1 for 1. So for every 2, you get a enemy combatant. Although it seems to be going very bloody well right now.
Voices. I think there's a very particular standard that the Israelis are held to. I think it's an unfair standard. It's an unequal standard.
Okay, this guy is the rarest thing. He's English. He's super posh, and he's telling the truth. I mean,
horrible standard for the. We have Hamas commanders, after all, who live in London very safely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my own view is that
the pro-Palestinian marches, and specifically the one planned for Armistice Day here in London on Saturday, do you think it should go ahead?
Well, my own view is that it shouldn't, and it shouldn't because it's not because it should be banned, but because it's a grotesque.
Do you see that little flash in the background? Yeah, he has to duck and cover in a minute.
Insult to the British people. It's a deliberately provocative day to choose for such a march.
It's showing you who's in charge. That's why they're doing this march. So it's showing you who is in charge.
Is a deliberately provocative march. As the Telegraph showed just yesterday, around half of the organisers of the march are themselves linked with Hamas, which isn't at all surprising. We have Hamas commanders, after all, who live in London very safely, often on welfare. So, yes, I think it's an intolerable march. It's an intolerable
I'll get a bit where Piers pushes back on there, and then we'll move on.
Vacation to the British public and the British government and the British police, by the way, who Saturday after Saturday have been made to put up with unbelievable taunting and.
Okay, you won me over, Murray. But let's say we fight a little bit. Here we go.
The British public are just not going to put up with this. The march may be diverted.
But let me pick you up on that.
Diverted away from Whitehall, but
right. But let me pick you up on that, because it's interesting. Because you, like me, have been very vocal, and a passionate defender of free speech, and we know that includes that, that you have to accept that other people you may vehemently disagree with have a right to free speach.
I felt that about Piers Morgan. I vehemently disagree with a bunch of his stuff. He can speak. That can be wrong.
Christopher Hitchens, someone that you and I both admire.
But this isn't.
No, I'm going to come to my question, but Christopher Hitchens said the only thing that should be upheld at all costs and without qualification is the right of free expression, because if that goes, then so do all other claims of right as well. Now, what was interesting to me, I've been on a bit of a journey this week about what I really think about this, and Nicholas Soames actually said something that really made me sit up and take notice and change my mind about it, actually, because he's Churchill's grandson, he's a conservative, and he said strongly yesterday that he thinks the march should be allowed to go ahead because the very freedoms that the people on Armistice Day who we honour, who gave their lives in the war...
Fine, just get to his answer.
Right to...
We'll try to single those two things out for a second. First of all, I don't regard Nicholas Soames as a sort of hereditary inheritor of the mantle of Churchill just because he happens to be his grandson.
Besides, can this guy play Dan Dare? I mean, again, he's just so perfect.
What you quoted from Christopher earlier, he would never have said that right extended to supporting terror groups. I mean, we're in a total quandary in the UK, as you know, and it's a despicable quandary to be in. We host Hamas leaders. We have a deputy prime minister, former deputy prime minister of Iran living in Harrow. We've been at the center of allowing these people to be in our country and indeed to plot terror from our country for years. So it's always a bit rich to hear the British, I think, lecturing others about being an unsound part of the international security community. As for the actual marches, look, I'm afraid that the rules on this are very, very clear.
Well, yeah, we're going to kind of go there. The rules are clear. The problem is that they're not enforcing the rules, right? And I'm not coming off to I'm not like hiding. Go and watch the whole thing. I'm just don't want to get copyright struck. Quite frankly, I think we went way too long with that. But again, this guy is fascinating. However, with all this erudite intelligence, right? This is who you're trying to get through to. And it's mind-boggling how dumb this is.
Israel on the 7th of October. What was your initial reaction to that?
I don't believe they did, they, Hamas?
I think so.
What do you don't think that? What the hell? It's the most thing. I mean, are you okay? Dumb or evil? Dumb or I can go either way on this one. Dumb or evil? I think maybe both. But what? I don't think that happened. Let's go there again.
Hamas invaded Israel on the 7th of October. What was your initial reaction to that?
I don't believe they did, they, Hamas?
I think so. Honestly, I think I need to be a bit more clued up on everything that's going on. So I feel like I'm not.
So why are you there, you dumb cunt? I mean, my God. So this is dumb country too. It's the ridiculous extreme.
Not really qualified to answer that too well.
I mean, I'm not sure if I've seen anything that shows that that's actually happened or actually correct.
I mean, the idiocy of you is beyond belief. Yeah, no, that happened. Right, so also the Holocaust. Really? Did the Holocaust happen? Well, of course. But so that didn't happen, I'd be a bad person. I mean, just dumb or evil. Tell you, there's been people waiting to be racist for years, and now finally they found an outlet. Oh, I love wokeism. Yes, that makes me be nice and racist. So that's just beyond me. So anyway, what was it? Gal Gadot hosted a screening of. Let me see if I can find that picture. 1 second. Press screening of Hamas atrocities. Let's see press screening. Maybe press Hamas. That's right, Hamas. I saw this picture and it was perfect. I mean, this look of shock and revulsion and horror, literally they're watching a horror movie. Let me see. Oh man, did I get smart and bookmark it? I don't think so. That really would have been way too clever for me. I bookmarked a whole bunch of stuff, but not that. Really? Oh, I'm a bad rabbi. No, that we got to look at. Hang on, fine. Let me just do a quick bit of scrolling. Because again, the people literally look like they were looking at a horror movie, right? It's a bizarre picture, to be real, right? And it really is real. It's bizarre, right? Because the atrocities are insane, right? They're the stuff that Hamas did. It's worse than the Nazis. It's got worse and worse and worse, right? The level, again, all the rapes as well. My God, I mean, rape and murder. I mean, that just seems a bit much, quite frankly. In the words of Douglas, I think that doesn't seem like cricket. Oh, and at the same time, apparently, there's a CNN photographer embedded with Hamas during the kidnapping. What the hell? I mean, again, are you shocked? So I on Talk Radio, they were asking, what do you think? the police seem to be one-sided because they're one-sided, right? It's not complicated. A bunch of them don't like Jews, and a bunch more of them are Muslims, right? Who super don't like Jews. I don't know what to tell you. And yeah, I'm sorry, there is a and it's not this is not like traditional. This is only goes back about 100 years or so, but there is a cultural dislike of Muslims, of Jews from Muslims, right? They could why? Because they believe like who was it said? Somebody said this is a second Nakba, and I'm like, well, that's good news because the Nakba was not what they said it was, right? The Nakba was essentially Israel winning the War of Independence. And they say, oh, they did terrible things. No, we bloody didn't. I mean, I don't know. It's gaslighting or is it projection? I don't think I'll find this picture. Dang, it's a bummer. Because it really is. And it's the way a brave man it's like trying to become prime minister because she's doing well for herself, I think, right? I think she's doing well for herself. Fine, I can't find it. So let's just look over here. Doink. Because I like these are hate marches. The bottom line, these are hate marches. So where was it? So they had a Gal Gadot wanted a screening of the was it Hamas and was it atrocities, and word got out, and weirdly again, this weird coalition of bullies, the Hamas supporters of the world and the LGBTQ plus. And France, like they all get together and they just got to stop anybody saying what they did. That's why they tear down all the pictures, right? They tear down all the posters for that very reason. So this is what happened when they had a screening. Yeah, one second. I got a news article about it. Let me pull that up. Hang on. Doink. It was. Where was it? Oh, no. Is that one? Where'd it go? I had that pulled up. I totally had it pulled up. The Daily Mail. I know where I can find it. It's somebody she sent it to me as a message. But I totally had that pulled up and ready to go. Oh, there's that, which is we can show. Doink. But that's not the thing I was looking for. But that does help. Yeah, doink over here. And then one more. Where is it? It can't be that far away. There we go. Ah, finally. Share screen. Doink. There we go. So, shocking moment. Gal Gadot screening of the Hamas terror attack ends with a mass brawl between pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian protesters outside the Museum of Tolerance. Ah! See, again, one of the reasons do I think God is real because he's got a sense of humor. Gal Gadot organized a screening of footage of Hamas, and like everything she did. I mean, okay, Wonder Woman 84 was a piece of shit, right? I kind of like that. Red Notice? I didn't see that other spy thing she was in, but like she's just so classy. I'm sorry, I don't even find her that hot. Strange yet true. Organized a screening of the Hamas terror attack atrocities committed during October 7th invasion of Israel. Police were dispatched to the area for security purposes ahead of the skirmishes and ended up having a pepper spray several people. Read more. Hamas has gang raped Israeli women. Yes, they did before. One shot her in the back of the head while he was still having sex with her. Bloody hell. Well, that's a bit much, isn't it? Blimey. Okay, video showing fights between protesters outside Los Angeles Museum of Tolerance. Every time I read that, I laugh. I'm sorry. Okay, with a screening of brutal mass terror attack. 47 minutes of footage provided by the Israeli Defense Forces was aired to select audience of celebrities and influential personalities and New York last night. Yeah, look, anybody sees this, it like shakes the shit out of them. About 200 people attended the screening, though Gadot was not in attendance, nor was any major Hollywood stars, according to LA Times. That may have been due to the SAG-AFTRA strike. So maybe they're just incognito. People bearing Israeli flags fighting with pro-Palestinians in the middle of the street can be seen in videos. Yeah, look, I mean, people are just ready to kick off. And I think my guess is it's the pro-Palestinians. They just like, no, don't tell anybody what Hamas did because they did everything right. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it's all about. So please let me go. Video. People spearheaded in the initiative. But yeah, no, it's cray, mate. I mean, it's just super cray. But again, we seem to be doing very well, right? I mean, Israel seems to be doing very, very well with this. Here it is. So let me show this. Share screen. Shut it down. Join us to disrupt the screening of propaganda. Okay, why is the body cam footage of what Hamas did that they shot propaganda? Right? It's not propaganda. It's you looking bad and you losing the moral high ground, which you never really had to start with, right? If you're not white or Jewish, do not protest. If you're not white or Jewish, fine. So if you're black, right? Fine. Do not protest a propaganda film tomorrow in Los Angeles. Free Palestine, free Palestine. But like, why are they insisting it's propaganda? It's because there's really nothing else to say. I mean, that's really the bottom line, because there's nothing else to say. Yeah. And then, I mean, the truth of the matter is just I don't know. I think that connected with just how obnoxious these protests have gotten, right? Is not doing them any favors, right? So yeah, this I thought was pretty much put things on in the nail on the head.
What the Israeli army did in Gaza, oh my God. They stood by and secured humanitarian passage for Palestinians to safely evacuate to the south of Gaza. I repeat.
This is a big deal, by the way. I mean, this is really a big deal. Because without human shields, they're really fucked, right? And again, there's been pitched battles overnight. There was like a 10-hour battle last night. And we're really, I mean, I think there's one more killed on the IDF side, but like, I think quite a few more of them went down.
Here is an Israeli tank protecting Palestinian civilians who are walking peacefully to a secure location in Gaza. Now, previously, this wasn't possible because Hamas was shooting Palestinian civilians who were trying to evacuate to the south of the Strip. But now that Israel's ground operation did this, they're able to secure this passageway for Palestinians fleeing the north without Hamas interference. Now, I think that it's fair to say that this is not a genocide, and it is.
Yeah, they're not going to listen. They just scream you're lying. So you lying, sneaky Jew.
Just more proof that Israel cares more about the Palestinian people than Hamas does. So support Israel. Free Palestine from Hamas.
Okay, I would agree with you even if you weren't so hot, all right? I really would. Next time you don't need the little black dressy thing. You know, I think just the flimsy see-through white shirt would be more than enough. Yeah, look, this is just one man's opinion, baby. Yeah, you don't need to take it, but yeah, I hope you do. What else did I want to show you? Let's go over here for a second. Share screen. Give you a quick war update, because again, I don't know anything. I just know that everything seems to be going quite well. IDF battles Hamas near Gaza City Shifa Hospital. That's a big deal. That's like their main base. Right, 9,500 rockets fired since October 7th. Oh, can we get a picture of that? See, that would be really helpful if you can show me that map again. Where is it? Where is it? Biden saying it's taking longer than you hoped. Well, screw you, mate. What do you want that way? Why can't they have a photo gallery where I can just see where it is? Paul, 70% of Jews feel less safe than before the Hamas war. We're talking about outside of Israel. Well, I guess so. This is so annoying, right? You just had this great map that I wanted to see more. Maybe idea of captures terror stronghold. Troops are closing in on Shifra Hospital. Yeah, man, we are really doing well from the looks of it. Did I get that? Here, 1 second. One guy, that's the last guy. Oh, is this a map? Can I download this? Is this coming out on screen? So I have no idea. Mass military. Yeah, they're in like the military quarter. I don't think it looks that pretty though. Just show it. Like nothing ever works well. Can we get that bit? See, this is what I really want. So how do I get that? A graphic about IDF of November 9th. Hang on. I've got an idea. Let's see if I go to IDF on Twitter. IDF. Boink. Okay, it was November 9th. That's today, right? That's today. No, that's not it. Was it? No. Yeah, there's all these hot Israelis. Why don't they like have more hot Israelis doing the Oh, wait a minute. Here, stop. This could be my kid. Hang on, let me grab this. Okay, so my son has actually seen real combat, apparently, right? He's had RPGs fired at him, like real, genuine, real combat. And this is where he told me he was. Like, he's like, and he said it's just like being in a movie, right, or a video game. But it's genuinely like that. Video file. Doink. Yeah, so this is what he told me he saw. It's so freaky when you see it, and then you see it on the news. But he's like, yeah, he was out. He was out of his tank having a shit, which means if he could come out of his tank, that's good news. He was having a shit in the street in Gaza. So I'm like, well, everybody else did. And then he's like, I was worried going to get in trouble, but then I saw my commanding officer also having a shit. This is how the Israeli army works, baby. We're in the area of the park. Yeah, so they've really got into the tunnel system, which is fantastic.
ששומר עלינו, גלגל ענק, סחה, היה פה אזור ישיבה לילדים.
There you go. Man, can you imagine that be the first one down? Fuck me. I don't know how they've had so few casualties. Yeah, look, and they put it, intentionally next to kids because they're bad people. Yeah, there's also this. This is a Hamas rocket base. Let me just go back to the tank that was. Yeah, that would be where my kid is, in one of these tanks. Maybe not those ones, but that's just definitely the sort of shit he's doing right now. Are those tanks or those APCs? I can't tell. I can't see the turret. The turret would be it's a tank. You can see weapon cache right there. like a bomb factory, missile factory. The structures of manufacturing explosives.
And
then the kids' bedroom. Now we're in the children's room. Little like right there, and man, these people are not good people, right? They are not good people. Hang on, what else do I have? I think I had one more. Oh yeah, and like, well, this is just crazy. The you know, I'm saying I'm hating Israel, but why do you have to hate on cats? Yeah, that cat's gonna die, baby. That cat is gonna die. Yeah, and these people, I don't understand. None of you look good, right? None of you look good doing that. Yeah, that cat's gonna die. Oh, poor cat. I don't know. And that kid's like going, yeah, I'm gonna kill that cat. Okay, I guess. Well, whatever floats your boat, baby. Whatever floats your boat. Anyway, so while this has been going on, I haven't been paying that much attention to American politics. Oh, wait. One last thing before I go over there. And then my wife liked this a lot. They made it to the beach in Gaza. Hey, this is what I keep telling you about being prime beach real estate. Yeah, it's how you sing, baby. It's not very good. Yeah, so the that's the national anthem. The sung very badly. But yeah, so and apparently most of the rocket fire has stopped from the north now, and it's moved to the south. I mean, we seem to be crushing it from what I can tell. They said this is going to go on till like February, March. I think we could be done by Christmas, quite frankly. I think Hamas is just collapsing before our eyes really quickly. I mean, there may be like no Hamas by the time we get to a ceasefire, which will be great. Anyway, my name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.